effective.
That was in 2022 and the tender back in 2016. And again, the company iView was allegedly behind that. A Durban businessman, one Ibanathan Kistia, I think that's how you would pronounce it, who was also investigated in relation with the 45 million rand procurement of the grabber prior to the ANC's elective conference at Nasrec in 2017. Do you have a relationship with this man? Do you know him?
I don't even know him. I started knowing him the day he was brought to court, or the day I was at Brooklyn Police Station. Okay. Secondly, it's the same matter that I testified about earlier on software.
Yes.
Which software was used successfully to gather intelligence that enabled us to effectively police the fees must fall, and that made us effectively to police the Vuani community, and we were able to allow those people to go and vote. And I do not regret a minute that I signed the deviation.
That's fine.
And I don't know where the 54 million is coming from.
Okay, all of the claim is that was all paid for, but nothing was delivered. You're saying it was paid for and it was delivered. Unfortunately, we don't have investigators here, so we're reliant on the outcomes of various court cases, etc. Now, another system...
Honourable Member,
if I can just finish first, Chair.
Okay.
Another system, the data list that you referred to earlier, cost 21 million, also from the same person, iView, the company iView, to encrypt phone calls. Now, of course, at that time, you were under investigation, I think, in the blue light matter. Again, payment was made, but no goods delivered. Now, that resulted, I think, in your arrest again. There was an 86 million rand issue. Again, it was Mr. Kistia who seemed to be the common factor. So, again, did you not know him, although his company was the one supplying or attempting to supply or being paid for, shall we say, and not supplying goods to the SAPs?
Honourable Member, you are incorrect. I was not under investigation for the blue lights. The blue lights is an afterthought. When I appeared before the Portfolio Committee where you were present,
yes,
the 16th of May 2017, that was already in place, that equipment. By the way, software, you don't deliver it in boxes.
Really? Who knew?
You don't deliver software in boxes. Software is loaded on computers. It's system related.
I am aware of that, sir. Please don't...
Honourable Member, really? Am I allowed to answer that question?
Honourable Barnard, what question was that?
He went into explaining to me how software is delivered, which I know. So I'm just saying I'm aware of this. You don't have to go into the ins and outs of how software is delivered because it's not delivered in a box. I think he thinks that I believe it is.
Yeah, I think as much as we must be cognizant of time, General Phahlane, but I think also you'll recall that there would have been a complaint of us asking a broad question and not allowing witnesses to express themselves properly. So I think it is important that we allow him to respond properly and satisfactorily, but as you are going to guide him when you... I think you can be able to communicate with each other.
I did try.
You don't have to intervene every now and then. Thank you.
Thanks, Chair. I start. The software and ComSec has got nothing to do with blue lights. Software and ComSec were procured by Crime Intelligence December 2016, and it was for a specific purpose. And the allegations that it was never delivered are baseless, because if they were never delivered, how was it going to be possible to use the same software to gather intelligence that allowed us to successfully police the fees must fall? How possible was it that it could have allowed us to successfully police Vuani? Delivery took place. On the ComSec, it has absolutely nothing to do with my protection. if you look, that ComSec was procured by CI for CI people. It so happens that part of the people that were amongst whom it was distributed were the divisional commissioners and some of the provincial commissioners. So there is no truth in the baseless allegations that it was meant to protect me. From what?
Okay. We've been into and had reference to items that went missing from the forensic laboratory while you were the head thereof. Reference to the cocaine and the rhino horn, etc. Now, POPCU agreed with the report that came out. You say POPCU are part of some cabal that's against you. So I think I should just move on there. Look, it's been claimed in this committee that you used your acting national commissioner position to launch a counter-investigation in terms of the IPID, bringing in a team from Northwest who attempted but failed to provide a security breach. What's your response to that?
It's a very funny question, Honorable Chair. When police establish a team, the divisional commissioner or the acting divisional commissioner of crime intelligence sanctions a threat assessment. The threat assessment confirms that there is a threat on my life and that of my family. And it even further say there is criminality. Now, the acting divisional commissioner of crime intelligence approaches a provincial commissioner of Northwest to designate officers to go and do an investigation on criminality, which investigation culminates in the opening of Gamel Drift case 12/1/2017. And people are arrested, and the case gets struck off the roll when they are about to add suspects. We now know that that docket is gathering dust. Now, you have a Phahlane task team that was comprised of people from IPID coming from Limpopo, KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape, Free State, Gauteng, all over the country. They are well enough to be constituted as a task team. In this report, I'm making again visible a project Cyborg, which was put together, comprised of Sithole, McBride, Matakata, who were to focus on me. How much money can the state afford in focusing on an individual, on matters that you have got here judgments of the FDA, two, and I've given you the third one, where the very same things that they were alleging, they are found wanting. They are now to pay FDA 1.4 billion for that. But a task team of 4 people coming from Northwest, which did a job not appointed by me, even Judge Tuchten, there is a judgment here, Judge Tuchten would have said, the reason I'm saying these people must be removed is to make sure that people are not investigating each other. There is no judgment in that judge, from the judge who say, Phahlane appointed the task team.
Could I just ask you to go back a minute? You said there was a case in court and that it was pulled. Are you suggesting that the court is corrupt, or what suggestion are you making there? You said the court is now, the case is just lying there, but it was in court, and you said it was pulled. Who by?
Honorable Member, I know I'm to answer questions here, but...
Sorry, you said it. I was just doing a follow-up.
No, I've never spoke about the court which is corrupt. I said there is Gamel Drift case 12/1/2017, which repeatedly we have been talking about. Even Kabinde was here.
Yes.
That is gathering dust.
Earlier you said there was a case that went to court against these people.
But that's
And then
exactly
you
the case
said it
I'm
was
talking
pulled.
about.
So who pulled it? Is it the court or is it the SAPS? Who pulled it away from the court?
I
You
don't-
said it's now just lying there.
Sorry, Chair. I don't understand what is pulled, but I said the case was struck off the roll
Dropped off
at
the
the
roll.
point where additional suspects were to be added.
Okay.
Pulled, I don't know where it comes from.
All right. Taken off the court roll. Apologies for using the wrong phrase. I'm very interested in Lieutenant General Adeline Shezi, who I really thought at one stage might end up being the National Police Commissioner. She's also been dismissed from the SAP, so she's Ms. Shezi now, of course. She was arrested along with her nephew, sister, and a Chepo Causa, arrested for fraud, corruption, and money laundering in relation to the Technology Management Division under Forensics, which you were running, when she used a service provider and a family member to assist her to renovate her own property and to score further SAP's contracts. Now, she, of course, you work very closely together in the Forensics Division. Did you know what she and her family were up to?
I don't have to know what she's up to with her family. I know and respect her as a colleague, and I've played a part in her development.
Yes.
When I arrived in forensic services, she was a colonel.
Yes, I know.
Competent, very competent. So as to the family affairs, they are really beyond
It's not
my
a
scope.
family affair, sir. It's fraud and corruption within the SAPs,
No, but
which
Chair,
was
I was
happening under you.
I was asked about family affairs, and you got it wrong, Honorable Member, because when that matter happened, when that allegation surfaced, I was an acting national commissioner,
Yes.
and she was in technology management services.
Yes.
So what did it have to do with me?
I didn't say it had anything to do with you. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm asking your opinion on the fact that a very prominent person of the SAPs used her entire family corruptly, used SAPs money corruptly, got SAPs tenders corruptly, and they've all been arrested. I wondered if you knew anything about her corrupt activities when you were the acting National Police Commissioner,
Chair.
because you had been so close.
I'm not here to come and give opinions. I'm here to testify and give evidence. And I unfortunately have got nothing to offer in as far as General Shezi's family affairs are concerned. And the Honorable Member even gets it wrong, because this, what she is referring to, even happened beyond my tenure as an acting national commissioner.
It would have
when I
happened
was
while
at
you
home.
were in service, sir, and she worked very closely with you. It's not a family matter. Her entire family was arrested for corruption
I
using the
think,
SAPs.
sorry,
I'm
Honorable
not going to
Colabar,
say it
I
again,
think the
quite right.
overarching question is that were you aware at the time when you were the acting national commissioner? I think that's the part that
Exactly. Thank you.
warrants an answer.
But Chair,
Were you aware of the alleged corrupt activities when you were the acting national commissioner?
am I allowed to answer in Sesotho?
Do we have interpretation services here?
No.
We don't. Can you proceed as you were doing, please?
All right, I'm going to answer in my other mother tongue, Afrikaans. Ek was nie bewus nie,
Okay.
omdat dit nie deur my tydperk gebeur het nie.
What does that mean? Okay. That's fine.
Okay, can you delegate Honorable Matthys to translate for us? I think the witness has left me as well now.
Oh, shame,
Yeah,
I don't
just
speak Afrikaans. I can just about speak English,
Okay.
so you're asking for miracles here.
All right, let
Ah.
me just do Honorable Chair.
You know who can, there's honorable swords here. Khaled's life matter.
Chairperson, I will not indulge in unfairness. When I request translation, I am denied. So I refuse.
Well, will you just do it, please?
It looks like we have no one to rescue us.
Can I
Okay,
just
proceed,
ask the
Honorable
lo-
Barnard.
If I
Honorable
could
Chair,
just
let me
ask the
just
last
sort
question
it
then.
out.
Okay.
It never, the allegation did not happen during any of the time frames that I was in office, whether as a divisional commissioner or as an acting national commissioner. It happened beyond while I know and heard about it and I engaged, somewhere earlier I did say, General Shezi is being accused to have received money from a service provider for the renovation of his house. Now I hear it's the sister's house. But I said in my testimony that what I do know is that General Shezi borrowed money through somebody. The details thereof do not belong here. But it did not happen during my tenure. And by the way, I can't be blamed for knowing General Shezi. I'm very proud to have associated with her. She's one of the greatest.
Honorable
policewomen.
Barnard, unfortunately, your time
Okay, thank you.
is gone. Your time.
You said paragraphs.
Yes, paragraph 83 and 100. I just want to know, what did McBride have to gain to personally attack you?
The heart and soul of the South African Police Service. They wanted to take control of the South
McBride
African
wanted
Police.
to.
McBride and O'Sullivan.
And O'Sullivan, so them together wanted to take over that.
Yeah.
And Pop Crew?
It is on record. Even
No
Nkabinde
problem.
was here, spoke about they wanted McBride to become the National Commissioner of Police. The SMSs and WhatsApps which are here speaks volumes to say he's about to be appointed as a National Commissioner. Please move.
And Pop Crew, what did Pop Crew, sorry, my microphone, what did Pop Crew gain institutionally?
What
Because you
is-
spoke about Pop Crew as well.
But-
I think in paragraph 97 and 100.
It is Pop Crew that held the press conference of September 2012. It is Pop Crew that I took to court,
So it's Pop Crew was a political vehicle used within SAPS against you.
of course.
And who politically drove that deployment? Who was running the show? Who was giving direction to these two? To O'Sullivan, to McBride, to Pop Crew? Who was giving them the direction to target you?
Honorable Member, O'Sullivan was here, the handler of McBride. He was directing those operations. It is O'Sullivan, McBride. McBride came here and said to you that IPIT was infiltrated. He's not saying here. He was handling people within crime intelligence. Hlongwani, Petle, Cili. There are people, in actual fact, the people who provided this information, even about my vehicles and so on, were the people that were doing vetting on me, that McBride pulled and placed them within crime intelligence. Not within within IPIT. It is McBride who was talking here about Brigadier Khomo to say Khomo infiltrated, while he was busy patching them out of crime, out of IPIT, and many more. There is Major General Musimane Khape. All those people that were not in his good books, he kicked them out and he wanted to bring people. There is reference here that was made. It's even here in O'Sullivan's book of Monsami, and there's a whole report here in my affidavit that speaks volumes about his involvement and the disinformation that he has been peddling.
Thank you, sir. You didn't want to really speak much about labor issues, and I will respect that, and I agree, because we're here to speak about corruption of members within SAPS, IDAC, CI, IPID, political interference, and so forth. So I'd like to respect that, but I'm going to ask you about corruption and alleged corruption. How many criminal charges have been laid against you since 2017, regardless of the outcome?
Since 2017,
Correct.
blue lights, it's one. The CI, what do you call, the software, it's two. There was an allegation on vehicles, which never went anywhere in the courts. Those were the three. There was a music system which they were talking about, which they themselves confessed to say, but the late Mandla confessed. The WhatsApp is here
No
to
problem.
say he actually bought it. But these are the things that were being flighted to say corruption.
All right. Did you, your wife, and Mr. Snyman appear in court in 2018 on fraud and corruption-related charges?
I just mentioned the
That's the one.
the vehicles.
And that was the one you were out on bail on 10,000
You are incorrect,
at that time.
but that matter is withdrawn.
Or is it? But you were on bail at that time on 10,000. I'm just trying to get the facts
course,
straight, sir.
of course.
You don't need to be defensive. I'm asking
No,
very simple questions.
I have to be defensive.
You
It's
don't
about
have to
me.
be. You're into inquiry. I'm not prosecuting you. Did you lay criminal charges against anyone for intimidation or malicious prosecutions? And if not, who authorized the continuation of salary payments?
Who authorized?
All of the payments that were being made. Did you lay any charges against anyone for the intimidation and malicious prosecutions that they were making against you? Because you said these people were coming after you and they were charging you. So it was malicious.
I don't know why I must answer that question, because that's not my initiative. And
It's not
at
you?
the right time, I will make that decision. For now, I'm calling for everyone who's making allegations to bring them. Let's go to court. Let they be ventilated in court. As to what I do thereafter,
So you haven't opened any cases against anybody for malicious? I'm not saying you have to. I'm asking, have you?
what I do thereafter is my business. But there is a case, Camille Drift 12 of 1, 2017, where all these people that were sitting here are supposed to be before court. And that is not happening. It may be a relevant question to ask.
Do you find it concerning that so many senior SAPS members are all facing corruption allegations, claims, and the list goes on. I mean, you've been following the Madlanga Commission, you've been following this committee. Does that not concern you that so many people in the highest levels have been facing serious
Honorable
allegations?
Concocted.
Unfortunately, your time
All of
is
it concocted.
Concocted.
finished.
Thank you very much, Mr.
You are
Phahlane,
concocting.